All right. Okay. All right. So good night to all our YouTube subscribers. Um, we have not been online for some time. We do crave your forgiveness. But of course, we're going to continue our preparation. We know that we have gone to round one already, just paper two, and we'll be doing paper one just now. Of course, multiple choice is not easy as some persons may think. It is a difficult paper to do. You know, in the United States of America, most of their exams are multiple choice. And yes, people do fail them, such as like SATs, etc. But of course, we are going to go through them tonight as much as we can, and let us see how we can strategize doing these multiple choice questions. All right, so without any further ado, rather, let us get going. All right. All right, so the paper two was, of course, 2 hours and no, 2 hours and 40 minutes. But paper one is 90 minutes long. So, of course, 90 minutes is basically an hour and a half. That's like a football game. To do 60 questions. 90 minutes to do 60 questions. Now, if it was 60 minutes, it would have meant that you spend only 1 minute per question. Now, as in the maximum. And then now, to be basically, you'd have to spend an hour and a minute and a half per question. So that's why it's that difficult. Number two, and of course, people know that there's quite a lot of multiple choice paper one questions out there. The more you practice, is the better for you. All right, so without any further ado, we're going to get to question number one. Can you read question number one for me, Kelly?
The number 0.0346 written in standard form is A 3.46 times 10 to the negative second power 3.46 times 10 to the negative 1. 3 times 46 times 10 3.46 times 10 to the second power.
Good. Now, so they ask you to write this number in standard form. It is important to notice that this number is already actually less than 1, but greater than 0. Now, when the number is less than 1, you're going to have a negative exponent, negative index number, negative indices. Now, when it is greater than 1, you get a positive index number. What do I mean by index number? In terms of powers of 10. So, because you already know that first thing, so therefore you would not be focusing on C and D. You'd more be focusing on A and B. So for question number one, here, it is saying now, so the question is now, how do we know which of them is correct? Now, if you notice too, that when you're writing a number in standard form, the number should be greater than 1, but less than 10. Greater than 1, less than 10. So 3.46 is greater than 1, but less than 10. But when you're writing number in standard form, the expression of that number in standard form must be equal to the number that you're writing in standard form. All right? Now, so here we have it. You'd have to, one strategy being used, you have to remove the decimal point. So you take note of where the decimal point is, and you place it between the first two non-zero digits. And in this case, the first two non-zero digits would be what, Kelly?
So you're asking for the answer?
No, I'm asking to tell me what's the first two non-zero digit.
3.
The first two non-zero digit. The first
3 and 4.
3 and 4. Good. So I have to place the decimal point between the first two non-zero digits. So in this case, it's 3 and 4. So if you notice now that in the set of options that is there, it is actually between 3 and 4. Secondly, now you have to look at how many times did we move the decimal point. Now, to get between 3 and 4, the decimal point would evidently have to move 2 times. So that answer clearly is A. All right? You got that correct, right?
Listen.
Good. Number 2, the value of 0.386 times the value of 0.06. Now, there are multiple, just remember that multiple choice questions, especially in Jamaica, I'm not sure if that has been changed in the Caribbean for CSEC exam. I'm not sure if that has been changed, that you cannot use calculators when doing a multiple choice exam. If that has changed, then good luck, right? But I'm not thinking that has changed. So because I'm not thinking that that has changed, we're going to look at then how then should we approach a question like this, not being able to use a calculator. All right, so let's see what's going on here.
So we just say,
Yeah, go ahead.
um, the number with a greater than 3 and the 2, may I say, add the 3 and the 2, they would I get 5 places behind the 0.
5 is behind a 0.
So we are going to say here.
Okay. All right, that's one way of looking at it. Okay, fine. So you're saying then, it should be 5 decimal place, right? The
So
product will be 5 decimal places. So any answer with 5 decimal places would be the correct answer. All right, let's say if that is a good reasoning to want to go ahead and calculate that. Let's calculate that and see if it's correct. And then if it's correct, then those who are listening on YouTube can use Kelly's method that she just used to come up with that response. And she's correct. The answer is what? What answer did you get?
0.02316.
Which is letter A. That's correct. All right. Simple. Less than 2 minutes. Now, in number 3, could you read number 3 first, please?
The number 3.14063 written to 3 decimal places is A 3.140, B 3.141,
Hmm.
C 3.146, D 3.15.
Okay, and what would this answer be equivalent to, be equal to rather?
B.
B. Okay. B is correct, I believe. That's it. Now, as it is in number 3, the number of decimal places is how many? Well,
5.
5. Good. And they ask us to write it into 3 decimal places. In this case now, we are seeing wherein the third digit in the third decimal place would be 0. But the one that comes after that third digit is greater than 5. So they always say that you add 1 to the third digit, or to the digit that is in the third decimal place. So therefore it would be, what's the answer you got?
3.14.
3.1? 10?
B, sir.
B. That's correct. 3.141. Good. All right. That's correct. Okay. So let's now move on to the other one now. So we're going to go to number 4. Read that one for me, please. Number 4.
If 60% of one number is not, what
Hmm.
is the number?
All right. Now, if 60% of a number is 90, what is the number? Now, that's a very good question, eh? Now, so if 60% of the number is 90, what is that number? Now, there's a little secret to this question. One, just a minute here, please. Mhm. Oh, yeah. All right. So let us continue proceeding. So I was saying that there's a shortcut method that we could use in answering this question. If you can find what the 10% is, then it is easy to find what that number is, right? Because 10% will be one part out of 10. one part of out of 100, I should say, or 1/10 of 100 part. If you understand what I'm saying, right? 10 parts. Now,
Yes, sir.
if you could easily then divide, let's say, um, if you write 6 over 10, because 6/10 itself is 60%. So this is that 6/10 of a number is still 90. So if 6/10 is 90, what is 1/10? So we could simply divide that. If you we're just experimenting, all right? Was experimenting. Now 6/10 is 90. What then is 1/10? What if we divide the 90 by 10? What would we get? We'll get 9.
900.
So the answer will be 900.
There's a times
No man, if you divide the 90 by 10,
9.
you get 9, right? So are we saying that 1%? Are we saying that 1/10 is 9? No, would not be. Because 6/10 would be 6 times 9, which would be 54. So then that would not be correct. So what method could give us a quick method we could use if 6/10 is 90?
Can I use canceling?
Canceling,
Yes, sir. Cancel 0 them,
and then so on.
and then when we cancel 0, we just say 6 times 9 and you 54.
6 times 9. What I mean, the answer is not 54 there. The answer is not 54. I think 10%. All right. Let me say we can figure this out. I'm trying to find there's a way to do it now, but I was trying to find a short way just by looking at it to actually solve it, right? All right. Let's use the method we call the bar model approach. Ready? But there's another method we could use, and we can look at that. So if we use a bar model approach, good. We can divide up this bar into 10 parts because we are saying that 6/10 is 90. Good? Is 90. So if we divide this bar model into 10 parts, let's see what will happen. So we can divide it into, say, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we divide this, so we'll go down now. Do we have 10? Count that, let me know if I have 10. Do we have 10 there?
9, sir.
9? Sure, let's check it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's draw another one, another piece. So now we have 10. So what we're saying now is that 6 of these smaller rectangles adds up to 90. Good? So if 6 of the smaller rectangle adds up to 90, what do you think we could do then to find what one of the 6 is equal to? If 6 of these smaller rectangle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If 6 of these smaller rectangle adds up to 90, then what could you do then to find out what's the value of each of those smaller rectangles?
Find out how much the rest of them um rest of them value.
Well, how would you do it? That's a question. How would you do it? If 6 of them add up, remember now, we're saying this piece plus this piece plus this piece plus all 6 pieces adds up to get 90. What could we do then to find out what each of them value? Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. It's simple enough. If everything add up to 90, how can I find the value of 1? And there's 6 of them. 6 small rectangles adds up to 90. How can I find the value of 1?
You divide
Exactly. You divide. So what are we going to divide?
sixty divided by 90.
You sure? Look, go again. Look, we're using the
60
bar.
divided by 100.
No. You're not thinking. Divide is the approach. But using the bar, remember, we drew a bar and divide that bar into 10 parts because we're saying 60% is the same thing as 6/10. The same thing as 6/10. So if it's the same thing as 6/10, it means that the denominator, the number of parts that the bar should be divided into, is 10. So we're saying 6 out of the 10 parts is 90, or adds up to 90. So what are we going to divide to find what one part is?
Ten.
Mhm. Yeah, I think, man. It's right in front of you. It's right in front of you.
You see,
Think.
6 of them there add up to 9.
Good.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And we are trying to find out how much one of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm. 6 of them add up to 90. I'm trying to find out what one is. Use a bar. You have 10 fingers, don't it? So if 6 of your finger add up to 90, well, one finger should be equal to. Use your 10 fingers. If 6 of them add up to 90, what should one finger equal to?
15.
15. How you came up with 15?
That's 9 divided by 6.
9,
90 divided by 6.
exactly. It's as simple as 10 fingers. So 90 divided by 6 will give 15. So if one part is equal to 15, then how many, what is the total for 10 parts?
150.
Exactly. So the answer is C. So that's another approach we can use. Even though it's percentages, we have to reason things out and be able to come up with the approach. These techniques come with practice, right? All right. So let's move on to number 5. Could you read number 5 for me, please?
What number, when added to 1 whole and a third, gives 2?
All right. So let's reason this out. What is your understanding? As a matter of fact, could you reread number 5 in your own words for me, please? Reread number 5 in your own.
1 third to a number give us, added to a number give us 2.
Okay. And give me some more information that you actually that you could conclude. What conclusions could you make from this actual question? What's this question telling you?
When you add the two fractions, you're supposed to get 1 whole.
To get a what?
Whole, a whole number.
What do you mean?
2 is the whole number. That's a fact.
Okay. Do you see any other whole number there?
Yes, sir.
And what's that whole number?
1 is a whole number which is added to the fraction.
Oh, good. So one is there. So what else? What other information could we conclude?
It could be D
D.
because you have 3 whole and we are trying to get 2.
Okay.
Could be 1 either. It could be C either.
Mhm. Because.
Because you have 1 whole already.
Mhm.
And if you add them there together, it would give you 3 whole.
Yeah, now give you 3 whole. Mhm.
And so we left with A and B.
David A and B. Okay. So you're using the elimination method. So what answer then would it turn out to be then?
So we have to change in our mixed fraction.
Mixed fraction? But you just said that C
Proper
and
fraction
yeah, but which other proper fraction would the answer be? A or B?
B
B. Why B?
because if we add if we be changing our improper fraction,
Mhm.
if we change if our improper fraction times it by 1, we would get back the answer. We did have
All right. Good attempt. But you're attempting, it might be good, but you have to think of it in a practical sense. If, and here's a practical way to look at it, I'm going to demonstrate that now. If you were to you draw a picture to represent 1 and 1/3, and tell me what you observe. You can use rectangles if you wish. Draw a picture to represent 1 and 1/3.
so we are saying now would I need 2 thirds to
You know,
make your whole.
exactly. So you see, by drawing the picture, it gives you so fast you're able to figure that out just by drawing a picture. Again, we're looking at techniques. Techniques is very important. So you drew a picture, because you realize that one of them picture rectangle, you have to divide it. You have to get another hole and divide it into three. So you realize in doing that, quick, it tells you that it's 2/3 is the answer, right? Good. Drawing pictures is very important. All right? Good. Let's go to number 6. Can you read number 6 for me, please?
John, Peter, and Mary shared a sum of money in the ratio
Mhm,
249.
mhm,
John and Peter together received 360. How
mhm.
much money was shared altogether?
All right. So the question being asked here now. Read it over again in your own words.
A sum of money was shared 2 to 4 to 9 between 3 persons,
Mhm.
and 2 persons received 360. And
Okay.
now we are trying to find how much money was shared altogether.
Okay. All right. Could we go a little bit simpler? That's a very good approach. Very good understanding expressed right there. But could we go further, break it down even further? No, I'm listening. Go ahead.
The ratio 2 to 6 to 9.
Oh,
6 to 9.
why
That
is it
is
why you said 69?
because we add the 4 and the 2 and we get 6 because we combine John and Peter word. So we just combine them both.
Yeah, interested. That's interesting. This is the more you look at something, you have other perspectives or perceptions of it, right? 6 to 9. All right, so since you decided to do that then, um, how could we figure this out then?
So
Mhm.
we want to find out how much each of them get
Good.
to John and Peter. So we're gonna say 360 divided by 6. We're gonna get 60.
Okay.
And then we're gonna, like how we know say a 60, we'd have to add the 9 plus the 4 plus the 2. And we get 15.
Mm,
Then 15 times 60, and we're gonna get 900.
brilliant. My question then, what then led you, what practical approach you think you could have used to come up with that answer? What went in your mind a while ago to direct it to do all of what you just did a while ago?
Because, I
Hmm.
don't know, it just one normal something when you share money
Hmm.
amongst peers or siblings, and then we would have not say, would have to add up this to get this.
All right, cool. And if you were to draw a picture, what picture would you draw then to help to explain what you just did?
A rectangle,
Exactly. The bar model again approach. The bar model. Because clearly that if you draw a bar model and divide the bar into 6 parts and the total is 360, then obviously you're going to divide 360 by 6 will give you 60, which you just did a while ago. And the entire bar should be 15. But you know that one part is 60. So 15 times 60 is 900. Excellent. Good job. All right. So let's move to number 7 now. Read number 7, please.
the value, the value of the digit 2 in 425.3 is A, 2 tenths, B, 2 ones, C, 2 tenths,
Mm.
and D, 200.
Now, what's the answer?
210.
Good. All right. So this is place value. All right. Let's do number 8 now. Read number 8.
25 times 130 is the same as A,
Mm.
open bracket, 25 times 100 close bracket plus 30.
Mm.
B, 25 plus 30 times 100. C, 25 times 30 plus 25 times 100. 100 times D, 100 times 3 plus 100 times 25.
Okay. Now, what do you think the answer for this one is?
So we know if we calculate the one here.
Okay. Well, so it's 25 times 130 is the same as what? No. Which answer you think it logically would not be and why? What do you think it is? Which answer do you think logically? Logically, it would
It
not.
couldn't be,
Could it say it could not be B?
I'm sorry.
Why it could not be B?
Hmm. Just say if me put times 25 times 130, will that give me one number? And then if we do that by 25 plus 30 times 100, we will get the same value.
You need the same value. Okay. All right. Good. All right. Yeah, we're eliminating B then. So B could not be the answer based on that thinking. What else? What other thinking could put into it now?
If I know B, if we eliminate B, it could be A either.
Good. So therefore, it boils down back to what? C and D. So what would be C and D then? So whichever do you think is more likely be then?
So we get me work out 25 times 130.
No man, use the same method of thinking. You don't need to work out anything. Use the same method of thinking. You will come up with the right answer. Trust me. You will come up with the right answer.
So it could be D either.
So what's the answer then?
C.
E is the answer. That's correct. Earlier, you said that you did not know. I did not give you the answer. You gave me the answer. It goes back again to the way of thinking. You have to first find out. So when it comes down to multiple choice questions, you have to first find out what it likely would not be based on your thinking. And you boil down to the correct answer. But why do you say it's not D actually?
Because I think it would have given one greater value
Why is it
than
greater value?
because it a time we saw them by 100.
Good. All right. So clearly here, going forward, you have to be doing something with something. You can't just look at the question like that. You can't just jump to what you know, jump to as oh I don't know. No. Attempt it, do something. Think it through first. And then you recognize that you're able to do it nevertheless, right? Number 9. Read number 9 for me, please.
The largest prime number that is less than 100 is
Okay. So we have to know what prime numbers are, right?
yes, sir.
Okay. What do you think the answer is?
C.
Why not A, B, and D?
Why not A? Because 97.
Mm.
Uh, let me explain this now. So may I say 91 isn't a prime number?
Why is the 91 is not a prime number? You sure? You're sure not a prime number?
Yeah, we kind of sure.
Hmm?
Kind of sure.
Kinda sure. Well, the key thing is that they ask you for the largest. It simply means then that there are some numbers after four, there's more than one prime number. So you have to choose the largest of the few prime numbers that exist. Now you have to look at it is obvious that D is not a prime number because it is divisible by more than one number on itself. It's also divisible by 3. This is divisible by 11, right? It's divisible by 9. But we recognize that 93 is also divisible by 3. Good? And if it's divisible by 3, it's also divisible by the other factor that when multiplied by 3 would give a 93. But the other two, A and C, is divisible by 1 on itself. The largest of the two is what? C, 97, right? Number 10, read number 10 now.
What is the least number of the plum that can be shared equally among either 6, 9, or 12 children?
Okay. So give me 3 words that is used in mathematics together that relates to this question.
Three words that is linked to mathematics.
That is relates to this question. Yeah.
Mean equation.
No. You said, what is the least number of plums that?
Least equally.
No. It's lowest common multiple. So what is the least number of plums that can be shared equally among either 6, 9, or 12 children? So we've got the lowest common multiple. So basically what they're asking, lowest common multiple of 6, 9, and 12. That's what they're really asking me. What would that answer be?
36.
36. Okay, good. Because all 3 of them could go into 36, but certainly not 27. All right? Good. Good job. So let's move on. We're going to go to the question number 11 now. What's the answer for question? Read question number 11 now, quickly.
Of a class of 23 students, 17 study music and 20 study arts. What is the least number of students who are studying both music and art? So would have a job a Venn diagram.
Yeah, could do that. That's good. Draw a Venn diagram.
So a class of 36,
32.
32. 17 study music.
Ah, okay. Then 20 study art.
So remaining study both. 17 verse 20. Start 5,
5. Okay.
cause 17 plus 20.
It's 30.
Plus 20 get 37, 37.
Mhm.
37, 32 from 37 give me 5.
5. Okay, good. All right. Okay. Good. All right. So what's his number? Read number 12 now.
Which of the following set is equivalent to A, B, C?
Mhm.
Set 4, A,
No.
R, C.
No. So let me explain now. So when we talk about equivalent sets really mean the number of elements in each set is the same. Sorry, the number of elements. Not the elements, but the number. How many elements is in this set?
4,
4. So which of the sets in from A to D has the same number of sets?
C.
C. That's it. All right. Now let's go to question number 13. Go ahead and read that one.
Item 13
Mhm,
refers to the following information.
mhm,
P, prime numbers, Q,
mhm.
odd numbers, R, even numbers. Which of the following sets is empty?
What do you mean by empty? Empty set. What is meant by empty set? We'll talk about an empty set. What do we mean by that?
It not have nothing in here.
Exactly. There's nothing common between the two sets, right? Nothing at all. Not related. None at all. What? So empty set now is where there's no set that is actually related. And there are cases that such things exist, right? Now, which are the sets now? By the way, let's look at the symbol that are there. What symbol is there for um A? What's the symbol there for A? And what does that symbol means? What does that symbol mean?
For A,
Yeah. What's the symbol? And what's the name of the symbol? What does it mean?
seven like symbol name.
All right. Now that symbol means intersect
The one down.
or that turns down. Yeah. Between the symbol between letter Q and R, letter P and R, P and Q, that symbol means intersect. The name of it is an intersection of sets.
So
Oh,
intersect Q and R intersect.
Q intersect R, P intersect R, P intersect Q. But the question then is, what does that do mean by the term intersection of sets? Do you know what that means? You know what that means?
When they combine.
No, because you can have union of sets combining too. Try again. Try again. Mhm. Try again and tell me.
So then share,
Ah, the shear. The shear. The shear. When you say shear, what do you mean?
we have something between them.
Good. So they don't have everything in common, but they basically have something between them, right? Right? It's not everything is just common. They don't share everything, but they share some things. Now, I hope you realizing now that you could have done better in that paper two exam if you did exactly what I tell you guys to do. Try to make sense of the question, reason it out. Because I'm not giving any answers, you know. I'm just questioning you. So it's the same when you go into the exam, you have to question yourself. Follow?
Yes, sir.
Question yourself, right? You have to question yourself. Good? Question yourself. All right. No. So you have to question yourself. Very important. All right. No. So if it's an empty set and you said that intersect they share. Which of these sets would suggest that they don't share? No, that is where that reasoning comes from now. They don't share. All right.
So some will have to draw up a Venn diagram and put a number them in.
They can try that. Try that, say that work. Mhm. And while Kelly's doing that, for those persons who are viewing from uh, the YouTube channel, once again, I want to say welcome to CDPLABS Services. Now, if you recognize, I'm not doing any, working through the question. I'm just questioning Kelly. It's the same approach for you. That when you go into this exam, you already been taught. So you have to just question yourself, utilize what you already know, and go through the question. Don't look at it and then form a perception it's not easy to do. No, that's just not so. Just think about it. And you recognize you'll be able to do it. All right, so you ready for me now, Kelly? When you're ready for me, let me know, okay?
So may I just use elimination.
All right.
What do you mean? The
The U means union and offset. Everything come together.
alright, so it could be D for sure.
Mhm.
So eliminate D. And Q with an N at the middle. Q with an N at the middle. So
What do you mean Q would be in the middle? What do you mean by that?
so because we put it up as P
Mhm.
Q R, we draw it up as P Q R. So Q in the middle.
To,
Circle Q in the middle. So intersect with both R. The circle intersect with both R and P.
all right, you're trying something, but that is not correct. Um, you have to know what we mean by prime numbers, odd numbers, even numbers. And when we're saying Q and R, Q intersect R, we're suggesting then that there are some numbers
So me know that's why me say my answer would have been Q R
QR, what do you mean?
Q and the common N and the R.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been my answer.
Oh, hold on there. Yeah, go. Yeah, say it again.
A sir.
So the answer is A?
Yes sir. Because my prime number
Yes.
2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 30.
Mm.
Then odd number 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11.
Mm.
So me know say P and Q have something in common.
Good.
We write down two, the even number write down 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Mm. Mm.
So me realize say Q and R doesn't have anything in common. That's why I say answer A.
So that's correct. The answer is indeed A for true. All right? Hold on there. So that is actually correct. Good. All right, good. You're reasoning it out. Number 14. Read it and tell me what's going on here.
If you equal set 1, 3, 5, 6, 8 and
Mhm.
A equal set 3, 6, then the number of element in A is A 2.
The number of elements in A what? This that little thing beside A, it has a meaning. You know what that means? That symbol there means?
So sorry.
It means complement of. But when we say complement of, we are simply saying that it does not belong to the set A. Does not belong to the set A. That's what it means. So read it again now with that understanding and tell me what the answer is.
So you say it does not.
Yeah, it does not belong to.
Three of them not belong in a A
That's correct.
setting.
Good. That's correct. So we're gonna go straight to 15, all right? All right, go ahead.
Three and 1/4% of 500 is
3 and 1, 3.25% off 500 is what? So what that would that be then? Hmm, what could that be? Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
the way I say it in Manila.
If I don't know,
Yeah.
I couldn't be saying that. Of course I know. But
Alright.
I wanted to reason it out.
I'm gonna change in a mixed fraction. So improper
No,
fraction.
no, 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 no. Me know why do that. Reason it out without putting pen to paper. Give me a second. Figure it out yet?
It has a way to find what is cheaper in the percentage and then times out by 500.
All right. What would be the easiest percentage to find at 500 first?
So repeat,
No, sir. Well,
repeat.
oh, you said repeat. Okay. What would be the easiest percentage to find anything first? What would be the easiest percentage to find out anything first?
100%.
100?
Yeah.
The 100% will be 500. There's not 100, no? The easiest percentage to find is what?
So really bad.
Think about it. What is the easiest percentage to find?
Up to 500.
No, man, of anything. If you find a percentage of something, what would be the easiest percentage to find? Of anything.
1%.
Exactly. See, you're thinking 1%. So 1% of 500 is how much? How much? How much you get?
Let me get 5.
5. So if you find 1%, you can find 3/4%, you see? So if 1% is 5, how much would 3% be?
Percent of 500.
How much? No?
15.
15. So which answer is most likely be the correct answer?
So, so it would have to be
Well, could be B. So 1/4%. In order to find 1/4%, you'll have to do what? What do you have to do? Find 1/4%.
so we find 3% already, right?
Which is $15. What would be 1/4%?
Yeah.
How much?
So that would have been 0.25.
Quarter percent will be 0.25, you sure?
So we just divide 1 divided by 4 and we get 0.25.
Yeah, but remember now that 1% is $5. So what should you actually divide by 4? Hmm. 5. So you divide 5 into quarters. But remember now that um a quarter of a dollar is 25 cents. So, and there are $5 in that one. But if you divide 5 by 4, actually, you want to get how much? 1 and a quarter, right?
Yes, sir.
What's that?
Yes, sir.
$1.25. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
What would the answer be then?
16.25.
Exactly. So you see, you know, have to put a pen to paper if you find a way to think it out. So if you can find 1%, you can find any percent. First, you're learning that, right?
Yes, sir.
Mhm. All right. What about read number 16 now?
A just which costs 180 $180 is being sold at a discount of 10%. The amount the discount is
So a dress which costs $180 is being sold at a discount of 10%. The amount of the discount is. Read over this question now in your own words and tell me what you understand from it.
then I'm selling the dress to 180
Mm.
at a discount of 100%.
How much?
Of 10%.
Oh, okay. What you understand from that statement, that sentence? Give me something in real life I can relate that sentence to.
Mm, then I sell
Mm-hmm.
my shoes to 180.
Shoes?
Yeah.
Shoes on myself?
Yeah, then I sell shoes. Me, I put the right one right. Then I sell my shoes to
Okay,
$180.
okay,
Right?
yeah,
We don't want to know what 10% of the 180.
okay, all right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
we can just cancel to zero and say,
No, 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 the one you're not cancel no zero. Reason out a different to it, just saying cancel out the zero.
10% of 100, and when I get 0.10, and we times that by 180, and when I get $18.
Yeah, all right. But another way you could look at it is saying 1/10, because 10% is seen as 1/10. So because 1/10 and therefore to find one out of the 10, you have to divide the whole by 10, which one of them get 18, right? That's all I want, the reason. Reason logically, using your common sense. So therefore, the amount of the discount is how much? Well, we basically answered third. What's the answer?
$18.
18. That's correct. All right, go to number 17 now. Read it from, please.
The exchange rate of $1 US
17, not 18, 17.
Oh.
Mhm.
If $7,000 is borrowed at the rate of 5% and minimum for 3 years, the
Mhm.
simple interest is.
All
So
right.
we didn't know we have learned this in our school now.
Okay. What is the shortest way you could find this now?
Just multiply across then divide by 100.
That's how you learn it in school.
Yeah,
I just teach you a technique earlier that you could apply to this one. What's that technique?
20%,
By how much percent first?
1%,
Exactly. And what will be 1% of 7,000?
7,
How much? What will be 1% of 7,000?
70, 70,
It will be
70,
what will be 5%?
mm, 350.
350. So at $350 per year. So for 3 years, how much will it be then?
1,050.
Very good.
Look how that quick.
Bam, bam, bam. Ah, see? Much shorter. Much shorter. To God be the glory, right? To God be the glory. That's what I keep telling you guys. When I was telling you guys, do the courses, just go through the courses part of the website. Leave the 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 the, the, the live sessions for reasoning. Because I don't have to do much in the live sessions with you. It's just to get you to think and use your common sense. But today you learn something new. Now, when you find percentages, and I'm giving God the glory to let me tell you why. Many years ago, when I was teaching maths, I would tell students, yes, that one of the magical numbers in mathematics is one. The number one is a magical number in mathematics. The number one is a magical number. And if you can find for one, you can find for all. Right? So if you find 1%, which is the easiest thing, divide by 100. Good. You get 70. So if 1% is 70, I can find 5, 350. But that is for each year. So for 3 years, I'm going to just add them up. Bam, bam, bam. 1050. Quick as, very quick. Remember now, you only have a minute and a half to spend on each question. So you have to find quick ways of working things out, right? So go to question number 18 quickly.
The exchange rate of $1 to
Mhm.
$2.70 in Eastern Caribbean currency. What is the value of 4.50?
Or $4.
Wait, give me a second.
Mhm. All right, so while we wait on Kelly, first when it comes to the YouTube, our YouTube channel, and you see that you're learning some good stuff, we want to hear what's your comment, what you think about the strategy that is being used. Would it be a useful strategy for you when you are attempting maths questions? So I'm just simply saying, leave us a comment in the chat, all right? And if you, of course, like it, then you click the like button. And of course, if you believe this channel is a helpful channel to other persons, you can share the channel with them, all right? And if you have not yet subscribed, please to subscribe. That will help our channel to continue going, all right? Good job. When you're ready again, you can tell me, Kelly? Ready again, Kelly?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. Now, so the exchange rate for one United States dollar to EC dollars is $2.70. And they're asking you what is the value of 450 in EC currency. Hmm. So then, if one is 270, what is the value of 450 US? That's what they're asking you.
So we are exchanging from US to EC.
Mm-hmm.
So we let us times the 4.50 by 2.70.
Mm.
That's one wrong.
Well, I never said wrong, but you could use give me one word or a topic that is the same as that has to do with exchange rate or foreign currency. No, one word. Start with letter R.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ratio.
Ratio. Exactly. Ratio. It's actually a ratio. So if it takes 1 US to give me 270, then I could use a ratio method to figure out what would 450 be. Agree?
Yes, sir.
So if I'm using the ratio method to find what would 450 be, what would that answer? What would we do then? What would that be then?
So will that be 1 to 2.7?
Well, if you want to put it that way then, on the 2.7. Okay. So therefore, two years would be,
Therapy.
so therefore 2 years would be what then?
4 point, no, 5.4.
Good. So there, and it's more than the 4.5. So
Yes, sir.
which of the four responded to would likely be the answer then?
It could be 1. Could be A.
Why not A?
Because that's how we get when we divide by 2. We
Mm.
get 5.4. And
All
we
right.
get that.
So all right. So if it's a 2 US, then you don't get. Okay. Okay. All right. So what would the answer likely be then?
D,
Is it B?
D.
D. Why is it D? Why is it D?
Because in US, so we have now,
Mm.
so we are changing from a 4.50.
450. Mm-hmm.
And we know say 1 US is equal to 2.70.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said
So it'll be 4.5 times more, right?
so.
4.5 times more, right?
Yes, sir.
Good. So therefore, let's see now. So it's 2.7. 2 point
2.70.
2.70.
Yes, sir.
Hold on. 2.7 times 4.5 will give us 1215. So that's correct. D is the answer. Good. All right. So this is what we use ratio method. We could see, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're gonna do two more questions and then we'll call it a night. So that means we'll have done 1/3 of 60 questions. Good. Then we'll pick it up from 21 in our next session. So only need three nights to cover the full paper. All right. And then of course by then the second paper would be available for you guys to do on your own. So read number 19 quickly now.
Yes, sir.
Number
Sir,
Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
how much does a customer pay for a article worth at $50 if a sales tax of 6% is charged?
Okay. 6%. So remember the technique again.
1% of
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Will be what?
would be 0.5,
Good.
and then we apply 6% of,
Mm-hmm.
and that would have been 3.
Mm-hmm. Therefore, the answer is
Therefore,
Mhm.
answer is 53.00.
Good. Very good. Very good. Then let's get to number 20.
A salesman sell a car for $11,000. If
Mhm.
he is paid a commission of 4.5% for the first 10,000 and 7.5% on the remaining, then the commission he received is,
Mhm. So you know the structure there again, right?
let's say,
Mhm. So
so
the structure there, come up with the answer.
$525.
The 525, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, it came up with 525 now.
Um, so 1% of 11,000,
Mm-hmm.
then 4.5% 11,000. Then we do the same thing for the other one. Then add them together and then
Good. So you found one, but you'd have multiplied that the 1%, which is 100, which is 110 times 7.5, right?
yes, sir.
Good, they add them together. All right, very good. Excellent. All right, so we have done 1/3, which is one night. So there's two more nights to go for this past paper here, which is January 2010. So my question to you now, Kelly, how was the class tonight and what did you learn from it?
You should have won in time there.
But you mean what the mission about them in terms of what?
You should have won the 2010, 2007, so I could have the exam in 2002.
Oh, okay. All right.
But I learned some stuff.
Well, what did you learn?
I learned,
Interesting part of the lesson that you learned.
learned time if I always try 1% of everything. And then we find the recipe.
Okay, great. All right. So you keep you guys posted when it will be our second class. We should look forward to get the paper one to do on your own. and I'm not sure if you guys seen it as yet or if you started doing it as yet, but please wait until all 60 questions are completed. Then I'll tell you guys to proceed to doing it. And if you can get 80% on that, then you're good to go.
Okay.
Now, so what we're looking for now, so that is it. So while you're practicing on your own, try still to find some shortcut method that you think could actually work. All right?
Okay.
That is it. So you may leave. Have yourself a good night and enjoy
You
the.
too.
Mhm. Yes, good night again to our fellow YouTubers. Um, CDP Labs Edu Services will be offering a free summer school program. I think it should be in the month of August. And of course, there's a simple registration fee of 30 US dollars. Well, not 30, we're looking for less than that actually. All right. But look out for our advertisement on our YouTube channel, our Facebook, our website. You might also see it on our Instagram page as well. We'll be advertising, and for those in Jamaica, you will see it, of course, for our free summer school program. It's a simple, small registration fee, probably about 10 US dollars for the registration fee for the summer school program. But it's gonna be well hands-on training. You know, we at CDP Labs at the services train our students to think so that when you're going to any exam, you're just applying using what God has blessed you with to be successful. So of course, without any doubt in your mind, the school of choice should be CDP Labs at the services. So go and tell your friends, go and tell your family that yes, CDP Labs will be coming out with their free summer school program with just a small registration fee. That registration fee would use to keep our program going through the summer. And if we have to be employing persons, because you know when something is being offered like this, when they have a lot of teachers participating, so they would more likely need to be compensated. So of course we are using this registration fee to compensate. But the whole course in the program will be free. So of course, we're going to tell you what areas in mathematics we'll be focusing on. And of course, there could be other subject areas that will be a part of this free session. Thank you very much for joining us here on our CDP Labs Daily Services channel, and look forward to see you for our second round of 20 questions out of 60 questions, then our third round. Thank you very much. Have yourselves a wonderful night.